Welcome to Thai PBS English News Service. Tonight you with me, Rungtip Chonapalai. Following the Thai Airways International Board of Directors sacking of its president, Piasawat Amaranan, the Thai Union President is to ask the Prime Minister and other involved ministers to fire Ampon Kitti Ampon, Chairman of the Thai Board of Directors. Meanwhile, Chokchai Panyayong has been appointed acting Thai Airways President. After being postponed several times, the Board of Directors of Thai finally assessed its President Piasawat Amaranan's performance. Though Piasawat's assessment has passed with a score only a little lower than last year, the Board of Directors sacked Piasawat due to his inability to effectively communicate. Ampon Kitti Ampon, Chairman of the Thai's Board of Directors, said that Piasawat has been given a month's notice and will be paid 6 months' salary, totaling of 5.4 million baht. Meanwhile, Chokchai Panyayong has been appointed acting Thai President until a new President is elected within the next 3 months. Thai's Board of Directors assigned Finance Permanent Secretary Aripong Puchaum as the chair for the selection of the new President. Thai Union President Jamsi Sukchodrat is preparing to ask the Prime Minister and other involved ministers to fire Ampon Kitti Ampon, Chairman of Thai's Board of Directors. Jamsi said the union wanted the board to hold a public forum to clarify the reasons behind Mr. Piasawat's dismissal. Thai Airways International has faced difficulties both due to the global economic downturn and within the company. Thai has over 30,000 employees, with the board of directors consisting of committees from several stakeholders. However, there has been criticism that political agendas may be involved, though Piasawat survived for more than 9 months during per-Thai government. Last Friday, I spoke with Piasawat Amaranan, who insisted that he would not resign from presidency of Thai Airways International, although he was aware that the board of directors could remove him. When inquired about his performance, Piasawat admitted that he was dissatisfied with the company's last year financial standings. However, with new plans, improvements in product quality and cost-cutting measures, he believes the Thai Airways will perform much better this year. Here's more.
If the board would like to end my contract, they could do that by giving me 6 months salary. That is allowed under certain conditions in the contract. They don't have to ask me. But if I am to resign, then it's still up to me.
Right.
So the reporters could simply call me up and ask me if it's true that I am thinking of resigning, and if I say no, then the answer should be no. So that would be that it's simply a rumor.
But so you're not resigning?
I had never thought of resigning.
So are you quite satisfied with the last year performance?
Customer satisfaction front, I think we performed very well. For example, according to Skytrax, we were ranked 5th in customer satisfaction last year, up from the 10th place 2 years earlier. Business Traveler gave us 2nd place for Asia Pacific and also in the world. However, this year I'm pretty satisfied with the financial performance so far for the first quarter and also for April of this year, despite the fact that the price of oil didn't go down but actually went up even further this year because of the hedging policy plus the change in the marketing strategy and also the cost-saving measures which had been implemented very intensively in Thai Airways. Towards the end of last year, we had been able to make a profit of 3,600 million baht for the first quarter of this year. I think we will be performing well because as far as product quality and services are concerned, new planes are coming in. We are taking delivery of 13 new planes, including 3 A380s and some Boeing 777 with very good business class seats.
Right.
We are seeing improvement in the product quality, so that will attract more passengers. So that's why I'm pretty confident that this year we will be doing well.
Yesterday, the cabinet abruptly removed Atit Wuttikaro, Director General of the Department of Industrial Works, following back-to-back explosions at factories in Mataput and Hemarat industrial estates in Rayong province earlier this month. Atit, however, responded that his transfer will not affect the Industry Ministry's development plan for eco-industry. After the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between IRPC, a PTT subsidiary, and the Industrial Estate Authority of Thailand, Atit Wuttikaro, Director General of the Department of Industrial Works, said that his transfer to the role of Deputy Permanent Secretary at the Industry Ministry will not hinder the Ministry development plans for eco-industry. Atit also insisted that his transfer is not related to the factory blast in Rayong earlier this month. Nonetheless, at the cabinet meeting yesterday in Kanchanaburi province, five high-ranking officials at the Industry Ministry were transferred. This action came after back-to-back fires and explosions at the Bangkok Synthetics Company factory in the Mataput industrial estate on May the 5th and at Aditya's Bela Chemicals on May the 6th. The two affected sites are about 5 kilometers apart. The two deadly incidents have since prompted the Industry Ministry to undertake thorough inspections of factories nationwide and to require that all factories improve their safety measures. Furthermore, officials from the Industrial Estate Authority in Rayong province may also be held accountable for allowing the multiple factory blasts. The operating licenses of the two factories where the explosions occurred may also be withdrawn. The Democrat Party's legal team is preparing to present the Constitutional Court's judgment which disqualified Red Shirt Movement leader Jatuporn Prompan from holding an MP post as evidence to support their proposal that the Election Commission dissolve the Pheu Thai Party. Meanwhile, the opposition leader says he will support the National Reconciliation Plan if it does not pave the way for an amnesty for anyone involved in political conflict, especially fugitive former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra. Opposition leader Abhisit Vejchajiva still claims that the government's top priority is to push the reconciliation bill in an effort to grant amnesty to Thaksin Shinawatra, allowing him to return to his homeland. However, he insists that the Democrat Party is supporting national reconciliation, but that the process must not be a political tool to forgive Thaksin's crimes. Despite Thaksin's speech via video link to the Red Shirt gathering on Saturday, when he told the Red Shirt supporters to forget the 2010 protest, Abhisit insists Thaksin continues to use Red Shirt supporters as a political tool to pave the way for his return. Meanwhile, Kaw Pikuntong, Pheu Thai MP and one of the Red Shirt leaders, has asked the Democrat Party not to trigger another conflict and insists that Thaksin and Red Shirt share a common political ideology. Meanwhile, Virat Kabyasiri, leader of the Democrats' legal team, revealed that he is now preparing to present the court's judgment which disqualifies Jatuporn Prompan from holding a Pheu Thai MP post as evidence to support a proposal to the Election Commission, or EC, to dissolve the Pheu Thai Party, as Jatuporn has been charged as a terrorist related to the 2010 protest. From the government side, the Pheu Thai Party is also proposing that the EC conduct an investigation into the Democrat Party, as the Democrats allegedly opened a bank account last year specifically to receive flood donations of 1 million baht from the East Water Company, while failing to declare this amount of money in the 2011 budget report. Rungkai Likitwathana, a former senator who worked on this issue with Pheu Thai MP, said that the EC has recently already started investigating the source of this money, which could, if found to be illegal, bring about the dissolution of the Democrat Party in line with the political party bill. Additionally, Prampong Naprit, spokesperson from the Pheu Thai party, indicates that if the request from Democrat Party to dissolve Pheu Thai is intended to slander his party and create misunderstanding, Pheu Thai will immediately ask the EC to dissolve the Democrat Party as well, as he claims the Democrat would be at fault for intentionally attempting to destroy the reputation of Pheu Thai party. Today, the parliamentary meeting started to deliberate the government's 2.4 trillion baht 2013 budget bill, and the opposition challenged the government's spending on populist policies and its inability to stem the rising cost of living. The opposition also pointed out that the 2013 budget will run a deficit of 350 billion baht, creating more public debt. Here's more.
During the debate on the government's 2013 budget bill, Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra explained that the budget of 2.4 trillion baht is in line with the government's national development strategy, which is trying to solve social and economic problems while strengthening the economy in an effort to reduce social and income inequalities. She also said that 2012 economic growth is expected to be between 5.5 and 6.5%, and inflation will be 3.5 to 4%, while economic growth in 2013 is expected to be between 4 and 5%, with inflation at 3.8%. Meanwhile, the opposition pointed out that the government's 2013 budget, which will run a deficit of 350 billion baht, will create more public debt, as well as expressing concern over the government's spending on populist policies. Additionally, Finance Minister Kittirak Naranong insisted that the amount of the 2013 budget is appropriate for the government's stated missions and the public debt will not affect the economy. Hugh Adams, Thai PBS.
Thank you, Kun Hiu. Residents of Bangpu district in Samutprakarn province continue to suffer from acute water pollution as nearby factories illegally dump wastewater into the sea. The residents are calling on the Prime Minister to inspect the area and put an end to this perennial problem. This is the appalling sight of wastewater that has been illegally released from a nearby factory in Bangpu district, Samutprakarn province. From the color of the water, it is thought that the polluting waste originates from a dyeing and bleaching factory. Locals informed Thai PBS that there are no less than 4 factories that discharge wastewater into the sea almost every day. Particularly at low tide, dead marine animals are a very common sight in this area. Local fisheries have been driven out of business too. Thai PBS earlier reported how factories were dumping toxic waste into an abandoned sewer. The truth is, due to local government negligence, some factories are disposing it directly to the sea. The incident has prompted the suspension of the operations of some factories in Bangpu Industrial Estate, as well as inspections of the factory's wastewater treatment systems. However, residents say that the authorities' investigations have shown little progress and believe that influential figures are behind the delay. Meanwhile, local police officers managed to apprehend wastewater transport truck drivers who were caught dumping wastewater into an empty provincial wastewater treatment pipe. The authority was then able to expand the case, only to discover that dumping polluted water is being done via a network comprising many factories. An astonishing fact is that many toxic waste dumping factories have waste treatment systems but are simply not using them. Residents complain that they have sought help from senior state officials and even gave them the direct calls, and yet the problem still persists. Now they hope that the Prime Minister will take the matter into her own hands and inspect the area for herself. The government is preparing to organize a regional celebration to mark the 600th anniversary of the Lord Buddha's enlightenment. The main celebration will be held at Sanam Luang on May 29th, and the public will be allowed to pay respect to the relic of the Buddha located there. Niwatthamrong Bunsong Paisan, Minister of the Prime Minister Office, revealed that the cultural activities and celebration will also take place in all 76 provinces across the country. Here's more from Kun Kankorn Raktham.
a few weeks away from Visakha Busha Day or the Day of Vesak, Deputy Prime Minister Yongyut Vichaydit and Niwat Thamrong Bunsong Phaisan, Minister of the Prime Minister's Office, announced that the Interior Ministry and the Office of the Prime Minister have worked closely together to organize nationwide activities to mark the Day of Vesak, the Buddha Jayanti celebration, to commemorate the 2600th anniversary of the Lord Buddha's enlightenment. พระธรรมโกษาจารย์ Rector of มหาจุฬาลงกรณราชวิทยาลัย University explains that the ceremony is to commemorate the Lord Buddha as well as to remind Buddhists across the country to make merit in line with Buddha's teaching.
I can assure you that the government of Thailand, the Buddhist organization, the Sangha, even the Supreme Sangha Council, along with the Buddhist organization, join hands in hand, work together, prepare to welcome all the Buddhists around the world to come and see and worship the Buddha in the special year of the Buddha's anniversary, 26th century of the Enlightenment.
Okay, so we have been arranging several events, both in several places. Sanam Luang, the grand ground of Thailand. There, we also have the celebration for 7 days.
The nationwide activities like the ordaining of monks and novices, candlelight processions, merit making and meditation, as well as academic exhibitions and cultural activities will be held from May 2nd to June 4th. Thailand, as one of the centers of the Buddhist world, is launching the ceremony across the country to mark 2,600 years of Buddha's enlightenment, as well as 2,555th Buddha Jayanti anniversary. Apart from the traditional activities, the city of Bangkok will host the first international Buddhist film festival at SF Cinema at Central World in early June, and the opportunity to study the role of religion in the urban environment. Meanwhile, the public are invited to pay respect to the relic of the Lord Buddha at Sanam Luang on May 29th. การกรรักธรรม Thai PBS.
Thank you, Kun Kankorn, and that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS English News Service. Thank you for watching. Good night. สวัสดีค่ะ